Many people today chase happiness as if it were an elusive butterfly, always just out of reach. They may experience fleeting moments of joy or satisfaction, but struggle to cultivate a deep and enduring sense of well-being. This begs the question, why is happiness so difficult to grasp? One reason is that many of us have been conditioned to seek happiness in external sources rather than looking within. We are bombarded with messages that equate happiness with possessions, achievements, and social status. We are led to believe that if we just work hard enough, acquire enough wealth, or achieve a certain level of success, happiness will naturally follow. This pursuit of external validation can become an endless cycle of desire and disappointment. The satisfaction we derive from these pursuits is often short-lived, leaving us feeling empty and longing for more. We may find ourselves constantly chasing the next high, whether it's a new gadget, a promotion, or a fleeting romantic encounter. This relentless pursuit of external gratification can prevent us from connecting with our true selves and discovering what genuinely brings us joy. It can lead to a sense of emptiness and a feeling that something is missing in our lives even when we seem to have it all. To understand true happiness, we must first distinguish it from pleasure. Pleasure is often fleeting and based on external stimuli. It is the feeling of satisfaction we get from indulging in something enjoyable, such as eating a delicious meal, watching a captivating movie, or receiving a compliment. Happiness, on the other hand, is a deeper, more enduring state of being. It is a sense of contentment and well-being that arises from within, independent of external circumstances. It is not something we chase, but rather something we cultivate through self-awareness, meaningful connections, and living in alignment with our values. Imagine a child engrossed in play. They are fully present in the moment, their attention completely absorbed in their activity. They are not thinking about the past or worrying about the future. They are simply experiencing the joy of being alive. This state of flow, characterized by complete immersion and a sense of timelessness, is a glimpse into the nature of true happiness. It is important to note that pleasure is not inherently negative. In fact, it can be a wonderful part of a fulfilling life. However, when we become overly reliant on external sources of pleasure, we risk becoming slaves to our desires, constantly seeking the next hit of dopamine. This can lead to a vicious cycle of addiction and dissatisfaction. To understand why happiness can feel so elusive, we must also examine the impact of trauma and cultural conditioning. Many of us have experienced some form of trauma in our lives, whether it be emotional, physical, or societal. Trauma can leave deep scars on our psyche, making it difficult to experience joy and connection. Our cultural conditioning also plays a significant role in shaping our beliefs about happiness. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages that equate happiness with material possessions, external achievements, and social comparison. We are taught to strive for success, often at the expense of our own well-being and authentic selves. This relentless pursuit of the American dream can leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled, even when we achieve our goals. Material possessions and external validation can provide temporary boosts of pleasure, but they do not address the deeper human needs for connection, purpose, and meaning. True happiness arises from within. It is not something we find outside ourselves, but rather something we cultivate by nurturing our inner world. This involves connecting with our authentic selves, identifying our values, and living in alignment with those values. One of the key ingredients of happiness is connection. Human beings are social creatures, hardwired for relationships and belonging. When we feel connected to others, we experience a sense of purpose and belonging that transcends our individual existence. Another important element of happiness is purpose. Having a sense of purpose gives our lives meaning and direction. It provides us with a reason to get out of bed in the morning and something to strive for. This purpose does not have to be grandiose or world-changing. It can be as simple as being a loving parent, pursuing a creative passion, or making a difference in our communities. Finally, happiness is deeply intertwined with meaning. When we find meaning in our lives, we experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends our daily struggles. This meaning can be found in our relationships, our work, our spiritual beliefs, or our connection to something larger than ourselves. In conclusion, true happiness is not a destination but a journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires us to look within, heal our wounds, challenge our conditioning, and cultivate a life that is aligned with our values. By nurturing our need for connection, purpose, and meaning, we can create a life that is both fulfilling and joyful.